Hello again. It's Sunday afternoon. What a perfect time to talk about the Kinks. Okay, this is chapter 6 of the Kinks story, and I'm going to start off with this is a booklet that came in with the picture book CD comp, which has a lot of great tracks which don't appear on albums, and all the good stuff too. But one of the fun things in here is they keep showing the logo of the Kinks with the kinky boots. And yes, they did make a musical about kinky boots not so long ago, but this was the first version, the kinky boots. Ooh. Okay, now you may remember we talked about Preservation, and it's probably the best Kinks album. At least it has regarded by the critics as perhaps the greatest. But remember the term preservation? Preservation. We're going to talk more about preservation real soon. Before we do, and I need to talk about what happened in 1973. In June of 73, Ray Davies' wife, named Rasa, left him and took their children with her. So he was very depressed. In July, he was going to be in a concert with the Kinks. And before the show, he took an overdose of pills. And during the show, he was like, "Oh, this is our last show, and I don't care. And the hell with all you." And others. Somehow, after the show, his manager and his girlfriend discovered that he was overdosed on pills, and they rushed him to the hospital, pumped his stomach, and saved his life. Now, some accounts of this incident say he was dressed as a clown. I hope not, but that's some accounts indicate that. Remember Dave Davies' Death of a Clown? Who would have thought? But they did save Ray's life, but he was in pretty bad shape at this time, and the music kind of reflected that somewhat. Um, Not so long after that, in November of '73, he came out with the first part of a show, a project album, like a rock opera, so to speak. And the first volume is Preservation Act 1. Now, Preservation Act 1, which was continued onward in May of 1974 with Act 2, tells a very shaggy dog story of two people, Mr. Flash and Mr. Black. Now, had they taken all the songs off these three albums, because the second Act 2 is a double album, they would have had a brilliant album. But the way it is, it's pretty stretched out. It's pretty, it's got a lot of filler on it. But there's some interesting stuff that appeared on this album that makes it worthwhile. One of the things, there's some good songs on here. Morning Song, Daylight is really good. Sweet Lady Genevieve, that's one of the most beautiful songs they ever did. That's a great song. Changing the Weather, Where Are They Now, which is another story of lost innocence. One of the Survivors, Johnny Thunder and Chorus. One of the Survivors. That's a good song. So then B-side, Cricket, Money and Corruption. Here comes The Flash, Sitting in the Midday Sun, and Demolition. Second side isn't as good, but this album it charted pretty good, but not successful. It was not a great seller for the Kinks. And the two characters, as I indicated earlier, Mr. Flash and Mr. Black. Mr. Flash is a capitalist oligarch. Mr. Black is a socialist Puritan. Mr. Black reminds me a lot of Oliver Cromwell. For those of you who know English history, Cromwell overthrew the king in the 1600s and established a commonwealth, a Republic of England. And of course, Cromwell said, you can't play cards, you can't dance, there's no drinking, there's no smoking, you can't have any fun. So as you can imagine, that didn't work really good. Cromwell only lasted about 10 years before the monarchy was restored. During that time, England was a very strict, unforgiving place. But this first album, Sweet Lady Genevieve, as I said, is a great song. Sitting in the Midday Sun, is that on here? Sitting in the midday. No, Sitting in the Midday Sun. It's another sunny afternoon. This is a sunny afternoon in October, so How apropos. But this had some good songs on it. There's some decent stuff on here. It's well worth having. Now, the storyline of this is the battle in the United Kingdom between Mr. Flash and Mr. Black. They each take turns in power, and they overthrow each other. There's revolutions and there's war, civil wars going on. It's a very brutal situation. Um, I think this was the epitome of Ray Davies writing music hall opera. This was like it was like an opera, a rock opera. It also included some great female vocalists. Here's in the Preservation Act 2, here's a close up of some of the people. And that woman who sings, she's got a great voice. She's got a country twang going to it. And there's a lot of interchanges between Ray and this woman. What is her name here? I should give credit to her. And this also has some good songs on it. What do we got here? P. Travis, uh, the first name, K. Kosan, S. Brown, and A. Girton. So this was a big production. People who saw Preservation live said it was wonderful. But listening to the record, it's like, but it's got a full orchestra with it. It's got all these female vocalists, background chorus, and it's like an opera. And I did mention preservation. Of course, he talks about Preservation Village Green, and here it's preservation again. And I think preservation, as Ray is again, he's attempting to save all the good things that he loved about the UK. All the like the village green, the simple people, sunny afternoon, all the wonderful things that England has. But now look at that, we got a tornado in the background here. There's something major going on with preservation. And there's Ray dressed in his suit, kind of a clown suit. Yeah. Now there's some good songs on here as well. We got Money Talks, which is it could have come off of Lola. It's a condemnation of money. Shepherds of the Nation is very stately. I think that's probably Mr. Black. Uh, then the secondhand car spib is kind of like punk. Mirror of Love. When I see you in the mirror of love, the mirror of love. That's a nice song. Oh, where is love? That's good. Nothing lasts forever. It's a great interchange of female and male vocals on that one. Great song. Scrap Heap City, Salvation Road, Artificial Man. There's some good stuff on here. But these albums did not do well in the market. You know, Preservation Volume 1 did pretty good. But this did not sell well. In fact, you can see there's ringwear on here. Most of my albums are mint, but this is a harder one to get. And it didn't sell many copies. It didn't really do that well. How well did Preservation do here? Let's see here. I don't think it was even top 200. Here's an insert that has all the lyrics here. Money talk. Show me a man who says he can live without bread, and I'll show you a man who's a liar and in debt. There's no one alive who can't be purchased or enticed. There's no one alive who wouldn't sell for a price. Money talks, and we're the living proof. There ain't no limit that what money would do. Money talks, money talks. So, here's the Shepherd of the Nation. This is Mr. Black. Down with sex and sin, down with pot and heroin, down with pornography, down with lust, down with vice, lechery, and debauchery. We are the new centurions, shepherds of the nation. Perversion and vulgarity, homosexuality. This is after he sang about Lola. So obviously, sodomites beware. This is Ray was condemning both sides. We know he hates the capitalists, and we know he hates the Puritans too. So this was like a no-win battle here between the two groups that Davies brothers hated. It did not do well. In fact, after this album, Preservation Act 2, the other Kinks and the record label and everybody just ganged up on Ray and said, "You got to quit this stuff, man. Nobody wants to hear about Mr. Flash and Mr. Black." So they tried to get things back into normal again. But Sweet Lady Genevieve, as I said, that's probably the most beautiful song they ever written. I think that's a Dave Davies composition. It's one really good. One of the Survivors. It's really good. Rolling Stone magazine, when they reviewed Preservation Acts 1 and Act 2, called it Vaudeville Excess. Vaudeville Excess. Ugh. All Music Review called it a mess, a jumble, unfinished ideas. So obviously Ray had just been left by his wife and kids. He tried to commit suicide. This was not a good time for the Kinks. And the music reflects on that. Even though there's some good songs on here, as I said before, had this been a single album, it would have done really well. It was a lot more effective live with saxophone, trumpet, flute, trombone. After this, the band said no more. And there were a few more concept albums that came out because Ray couldn't help himself, but nothing as overblown as this mess. After this one, we came out with Soap Opera in April of '75, and I think this is probably the worst Kinks album of all time. It's a spoof of subtle jokes. It's about an office worker, a nobody who becomes famous, and like Ray plays the Mr. Flash. I can make a star out of anyone. So he picks an average Joe and he tries to make a star out of him. Does not work. Here it tells you the story. This is a horrible album. I'm sorry. Ducks on the Wall is the only song I can remember, and that's horrible. Everybody's a star. 9 to 5. Have another drink. It's just horrible. I'm sorry. Lori Brown's on this. There's some female vocals again. Bass in the crowd. To me, this is the nadir. This is the worst. In fact, I couldn't even find this album for many years. I finally bought it in San Francisco. I was there on vacation. I bought the 13th Floor Elevators, Easter Everywhere, which is a brilliant album. And I bought this one because, hey, I don't have this one. It's the last Kinks album I need. And you don't need it. Only for completists. Okay. But then we get into one more last gasp of Preservation again, because this next album, Schoolboys in Distress, this one came out in '75. This was a good album. This was really good. But surprisingly, this is about Mr. Flash. This is about Mr. Flash growing up. Kind of a naughty looking picture there of a poor little boy about to get whipped by the master there, by the teacher. And of course, corporal punishment was very popular at the time. I think it must be banned by now. Here's the Kinks dressed up in their schoolboy uniform. Oh, this is wonderful. This is so charming. And it's a great album. It's actually, of all the RCA albums, the first one, Muswell Hillbillies, and this one are the best. You could probably skip the rest. Although Preservation Part 1 is, Act 1 is pretty good. Schoolboys is good. Education, I'm in disgrace. I'm in disgrace, for I fell for your pretty face. I'm in disgrace. Great song. Headmaster, The Hard Way. No More Looking Back. That's a great song. No more looking back. Wonderful. Wonderful. This is essential. This is at least 3 stars. A great album. Schoolboys in Distress. Yeah. In disgrace. Obviously, they were probably involved with some homosexual activity. Mm-hmm. Today, we wouldn't bat an eye, but back then, it was a dark time. 1975. So, this was a tough time for the Kinks, mid-70s. In fact, they really, other than this and Muswell, they didn't track that well. This one has a couple hits on it, as I mentioned. No More Looking Back and I'm in Disgrace. Again, saxophone. Pretty good. Pretty good album. Before I start Arista, and Arista will be a second video, I'm going to talk about a sideline here, which you may or may not have heard before. And that is a band called The Leopards. And you say, The Leopards? What does this have to do with the Kinks video? Well, a lot as it turns out, because if you look at this Kansas City Slickers, C-S Kinks. Hey, look at that. And this is actually a tribute album to the Kinks. And the songs are wonderful. Had the Kinks written these songs and released them as the Kinks, it would have been a smash hit. These are great songs. This is pretty well unknown. Pretty well unknown stuff. Let's check out the label. It's on Moon Records. Moon Records. If you're a Kinks fan, you got to get this. This is essential. This has got so much good stuff on here. And they're all that late 60s, early 70s stuff. I'm on the road to Jamaica. La, 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 just like the Kinks. Minding my own, dancing in the snow, 57 Chevy Bugle Boy. I wonder if I'll ever see you again. It must be love. I'm on my way. Raggedy Ann, Raggedy Annie. And of course, you'd have to have one of these. Summer's Gone, which is just like sunny afternoon. This is essential. You got to get this. The Leopards. I'm telling you, it'll bring a smile to your face. And how rare is it? I don't know. Most people don't even know about it. I remember I bought this in Michigan somewhere years ago. I was in Colorado visiting relatives, and I saw this in a record store. And I told the guy, I says, hey, man, can I play some of this? He says, yeah, okay. So he puts it on the turntable. He says, hey, that sounds like the Kinks, and it's really good. And I says, now you know. So there you have it. The darkest period for the Kinks, the mid-70s. But still, good stuff. Some really good stuff there. Muswell's good. Preservation Act 1 is really good. Pretty good, I should say. And Schoolboys in Disgrace is a really good album. So the Kinks delivered even now, even at the darkest days of their lives. So that's it for Kink 6. I think Kink 7 may finish it. Maybe there will be an 8 because there's a lot of albums in Arista. They go on and on. There's some really good albums with Arista. But we'll talk about those next time. I hope you have a great day. I hope you're enjoying this, and I'll see you later.